The universe is not outside of you. What you see out there, what you experience in your world is nothing more than the outpicturing of your own consciousness. Everything that exists in your world was first born in your imagination. Now let me share a story from my own experience. Several years ago, when I was living in New York, I found myself in what the world would call a difficult situation. Bills were mounting, opportunities seemed scarce, and the external world appeared hostile. But I knew then, as I know now, that what I was experiencing was simply the harvest of my previous mental activity. You see, my dear friends, the secret lies not in fighting against these circumstances, but in completely relaxing into the awareness of who you really are. And who are you? You are God Himself, individualized. You are the operant power of the universe, expressing itself as you. Let us dive deeper into this magnificent truth. When I speak of relaxation, I am not merely talking about physical relaxation, though that is important. I am speaking of a profound mental and spiritual relaxation, a complete surrender to your divine nature. The first principle you must understand is this. Your consciousness, your I amness is God. When you say I am, you are proclaiming the name of God. This is not a metaphor, my dear friends. This is the absolute truth of your being. Now, how does one truly relax and trust the universe? It begins with understanding that what you seek is already yours in the invisible realm of imagination. Whatever you desire, be it wealth, love, health, or success, already exists in what I call the fourth dimension, the dimension of imagination. Let me share with you a technique I have used countless times. I call it the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Before you go to sleep at night, assume the feeling that would be yours if your desire were already realized. Feel the naturalness of having what you want. Feel the relief, the satisfaction, the joy that would be yours. For instance, if you desire financial abundance, do not focus on the lack of money in your current experience. Instead, feel the feeling of financial security. Feel how you would feel if your bank account were overflowing. Feel the satisfaction of paying your bills with ease. Feel the joy of helping others with your abundance. The secret, my dear friends, is to persist in this feeling until it becomes your predominant state. Remember, your outer world must conform to your inner assumptions. This is law. Let me tell you about a lady who attended one of my lectures in Los Angeles. She was struggling with chronic anxiety about her future. She constantly worried about everything that could go wrong. I told her, my dear, you are creating your future with these very worries. Instead, why not imagine lovingly? Why not assume that all is well? I instructed her to spend her evenings just before sleep, feeling the peace and security she desired. I told her to feel it so naturally that it would be impossible to believe otherwise. Within weeks, her entire world transformed. Her anxiety dissolved, opportunities appeared seemingly out of nowhere, and life began to flow effortlessly. You see, when you truly relax and trust, you are acknowledging your own divinity. You are recognizing that the power that created the universe is not separate from you, it is you. Now let me share with you the deeper aspects of trust. Trust is not about believing in an external power. True trust is the absolute conviction that your imagination creates reality. When you imagine something, you are literally creating it on a spiritual level. Your only task then is to remain faithful to your imaginal act. Consider this every morning when you wake up. You trust that the sun will rise. You don't worry about it. You don't try to make it happen. You simply know it will. This is the kind of trust I'm talking about. An absolute knowing that what you have imagined must materialize in your physical world. Let me give you a spiritual exercise that I have found immensely powerful. I call it the Sabbath. Choose a time each day when you can be completely alone and undisturbed. Close your eyes and mentally declare, "Be still and know that I am God." Feel the truth of these words. Feel the power and presence of your own wonderful human imagination. Then, bring to mind your desire, whatever it may be. But here's the crucial part. Don't think of it as something to be achieved in the future. Instead, feel that you already have it. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the completion. Then, rest in this feeling. This is what it means to enter the Sabbath, to rest in the consciousness of your wish fulfilled. Remember, my dear friends, the universe, which is your own wonderful human imagination, operates by law. Just as a seed planted in fertile soil must grow, so must your imaginal acts bear fruit in your physical world. But you must give your seed time to grow. This is where trust becomes essential. After you have planted your seed, after you have assumed the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you must trust the law. Don't dig up your seed to see if it's growing. Trust that the law is working, even when you can't see the evidence with your physical eyes. Let me share another personal experience. Years ago, I desired to become a successful lecturer, sharing these truths with others. Instead of struggling and striving, I would lie in my bed at night and imagine hearing the applause of an audience. I would feel the joy of sharing these principles. I would feel the gratitude of those who understood and applied these truths. I did this night after night, feeling it to be real, feeling it to be natural. I didn't question how it would happen. I didn't worry about the steps needed to make it happen. I simply lived in the end, enjoying the feeling of it being done. And here I stand before you tonight, living proof that the law works. The secret was in completely relaxing into the consciousness of the wish fulfilled and trusting that the law must operate according to my assumption. Now let me address something that many struggle with, the appearance of circumstances that seem to contradict your desire. Remember this, what you see in the outer world is only the shadow of past thoughts and assumptions. It has no power to prevent your new assumption from materializing. When doubts arise, and they will, simply return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Don't fight the doubts. Don't struggle against them. Simply turn your attention back to the feeling of having what you desire. This is what it means to trust. Think of it this way: when you go to the theater to watch a play, you see various scenes unfold on the stage. Some may be tragic, some may be comic. But you remain relaxed in your seat because you know it's just a play. In the same way, learn to watch the scenes of your life unfold with the same detachment, knowing that your imagination is the author and finisher of your story. The key to relaxation and trust lies in this profound understanding. There is nothing to change but your assumptions about yourself and your world. When you change your assumptions, when you change what you believe to be true about yourself and your world, the outer picture must change to conform to your new assumption. Let me give you a practical technique for maintaining this relaxed state of trust. Throughout your day, whenever you notice yourself becoming tense or worried, pause and ask yourself, what am I imagining right now? You'll find that your tension and worry are always connected to negative imagining. Then, consciously choose to imagine something better. Remember, you are not trying to change the outer world directly. You are changing your inner assumption, and the outer world must follow. This, my dear friends, is the secret of relaxation and trust. It's not about making things happen. It's about assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and allowing the law to operate in its own perfect way and time. Before we conclude tonight's lecture, let me remind you of these essential truths. You are God individualized as you. Your imagination creates reality. What you assume to be true will harden into fact. The outer world must conform to your inner assumptions. Relaxation and trust are natural when you understand these truths. Go forth tonight and test this law. Choose something you desire to experience. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Feel the naturalness of having what you want. Then relax and trust that what you have assumed must manifest. Let me share with you another personal experience that illustrates this principle beautifully. Many years ago, when I was in Barbados, I met a man who was constantly worried about his business. He would come to me day after day, his face lined with concern, telling me about all the things that could go wrong. I said to him, my friend, do you know what you are doing? You are imagining the very things you fear, and therefore bringing them into your experience. I taught him what I'm teaching you tonight, that relaxation comes from the complete acceptance of your own wonderful human imagination as God. I told him, instead of imagining failure, why not imagine success? Instead of feeling tension about your business, why not feel the satisfaction of a thriving enterprise? You see, my dear wonderful friends, the secret lies in this. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret of creation. When you trust your imagination completely, When you relax into the consciousness of your desire fulfilled, you are exercising your divine creative power. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. Yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. This is not merely a poetic passage from Scripture. It is a profound spiritual truth. The lily doesn't struggle to become a lily. It doesn't strive or worry. It simply unfolds according to its nature. You too must learn to unfold naturally into your desires. This is what true relaxation means. It means knowing with absolute conviction that what you have assumed in your imagination must objectify itself in your world. Let me give you another technique that I have found particularly powerful. I call it the state akin to sleep. Find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow your body to relax completely. Now, in this state of physical relaxation, begin to feel yourself into the scene that would imply your desire is already fulfilled. For instance, if you desire a loving relationship, feel yourself being embraced by your perfect partner. Feel the warmth of their love. Feel the joy of sharing your life with someone who adores you. Make it real in your imagination. Feel it until it feels natural. Remember, my dear friends, you are not trying to make something happen in the future. You are acknowledging what is already true in the eternal now of imagination. This is why trust is so essential. You must trust that what you have imagined is already done. Let me share with you a letter received from a lady in San Francisco. She had been struggling with chronic illness for years. After attending my lectures, she began to apply this principle of relaxation and trust. Instead of fighting against her condition, she would spend time each day feeling the naturalness of perfect health. She wrote to me, Neville, I finally understand what you mean by living in the end. I no longer pray for health. I live from the assumption of being healthy. I no longer beg God for healing. I accept that I am already whole and perfect in my imagination. Within months, her health transformed completely. The doctors were amazed, but she understood the law at work. You see, my dear friends, this is the pattern shown on the mount. This is how creation works. Now, let me address something that many of you struggle with, the time gap between your imaginal act and its physical manifestation. Remember this. Time is not a factor in the fulfillment of your desire. The only time that matters is how long it takes you to feel natural in the state of your wish fulfilled. When you truly relax and trust, you don't concern yourself with when or how. You simply live in the end, knowing that the bridge of incidents will form itself. Your only responsibility is to remain faithful to your imaginal act. Think about this. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust the laws of nature to bring forth your harvest. The same principle applies to your imaginal acts. Once you have planted the seed in your imagination, trust that it must grow. Let me share another technique I call revision. At the end of each day, before you sleep, review the events that didn't go as you would have liked. In your imagination, revise them. See them happening the way you would have preferred. Feel the satisfaction of these revised events. This practice accomplishes two things. First, it prevents unwanted seeds from taking root in your consciousness. Second, it strengthens your ability to consciously create your reality. Remember, my dear friends, the universe is infinitely responsive to your consciousness. It must be, for the universe is nothing more than your own wonderful human imagination pushed out. When you truly understand this, relaxation and trust become your natural state. I want to share with you a profound truth that many miss. The state of relaxation and trust is not something you achieve, it is something you allow. It is your natural state when you recognize your true identity as God individualized. Consider this. Does God worry about how things will work out? Does God struggle to make things happen? Of course not. God simply speaks the word, knowing it must be fulfilled. And you, being God individualized, have the same creative power. Let me give you another exercise to deepen your understanding of this truth. Throughout your day, whenever you say I am, pause and remember that you are speaking the name of God. Feel the power of this awareness. Feel the absoluteness of it. When you say, I am wealthy, you are not making a statement about your current bank balance. You are declaring the truth about your being in the realm of imagination, which is the only reality. My dear friends, the secret of relaxation and trust lies in this complete acceptance of your own divine nature. When you truly know that you are the operant power, all anxiety falls away naturally. I think of it this way: the sun doesn't worry about whether it will shine tomorrow. It simply shines because that is its nature. In the same way, when you accept your divine nature, creation becomes effortless. You create because that is your nature. Let me share one more personal experience. Years ago, when I desired to travel and lecture across the country, I didn't worry about how it would happen. I didn't make endless plans and strategies. Instead, I would lie in my bed at night and feel the satisfaction of speaking to packed auditoriums. I would feel the joy of sharing these truths with eager listeners. I remained faithful to this imaginal act, trusting that the law must work. And here I stand before you tonight, living proof that what you imagine with feeling must objectify itself in your world. Remember this: the outer world is a shadow, a reflection of your inner assumptions. When you change your assumptions, when you change what you believe to be true, the outer world must change to reflect your new consciousness. This is why relaxation is so crucial. When you truly relax, you stop trying to make things happen in the outer world. Instead, you focus on maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled in your imagination, knowing that the outer world must conform to your inner assumption. Trust, my dear friends, is not about believing in an external power. Trust is the absolute knowing that your imagination creates reality. It is the conviction that what you have assumed in your imagination must manifest in your physical world. As we conclude tonight's lecture, I want you to take this truth home with you. You are not a helpless being at the mercy of external circumstances. You are God Himself individualized as you, with all the creative power that implies. Tonight, when you return to your homes, choose something you desire to experience. It can be something small or something significant. Then, as you prepare for sleep, assume the feeling that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. Fall asleep in this consciousness. Trust that while you sleep, the law is working to bring about the circumstances necessary for the fulfillment of your desire. For remember, man's eyes are blind to the reality of a thing until imagination has brought it into focus. Go now in peace, knowing that you are the author of your own story. Relax into your divine nature and trust in the perfect operation of the law, for this is the truth that sets you free. Remember, the world is yourself pushed out. Therefore, relax completely into the consciousness of your wish fulfilled and watch as your world transforms to match your inner assumption. Thank you and good night. Let us begin with a fundamental principle. The world you see around you is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state. Every circumstance, every person, every event in your life is a mirror showing you the contents of your own consciousness. This may seem daunting at first, but I assure you it is the most liberating realization you can have. For if the world is a reflection of your inner state, then to change your world, you need only change your inner state. And how do you change your inner state? By relaxing and letting go of your old beliefs, your old patterns of thought, and embracing the new. Imagine for a moment that you are an actor on a stage. The role you have been playing up until now has been assigned to you by society, by your upbringing, by the beliefs you have accumulated over the years. But now you have the power to step out of that role and choose a new one. You can be anyone you want to be, have anything you want to have, do anything you want to do. But here's the catch: you must first relax and let go of the old role. You must release your grip on the identity that no longer serves you. This is where many people stumble. They cling desperately to what they know, even if it makes them unhappy, because they fear the unknown. Yet, my friends, it is in the unknown that all possibility lies. It is in the void, the space of pure potential, that desires can take form. So I urge you, relax your grip on the known. Let go of your preconceptions about who you are and what you're capable of. For in that release, you create space for something new to enter. Now you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I let go when I want something so badly? How can I relax when my desire feels so urgent? And to this I say, your very wanting, your very striving is what keeps your desire at bay. Consider for a moment the nature of wanting. When you want something, you are affirming its absence in your life. You are saying, I do not have this thing, and therefore I want it. But remember, the world is a reflection of your inner state. If you constantly affirm lack, you will experience lack. Instead, I invite you to adopt a new stance. Rather than wanting, choose knowing. Know that what you desire is already yours. Feel the reality of it now in this very moment. For in the realm of imagination, which is the true creative force in the universe, there is no distinction between what is real and what is imaginary. Let me share with you a principle that has transformed countless lives, the law of assumption. This law states that if you assume the feeling of yours fulfilled, if you live from the end as if your desire has already been realized, it must become your reality. But here's the crucial point. You must relax into this assumption. You must let go of any anxiety, any doubt, any need to make it happen. For in trying to force your desire into being, you are actually pushing it away. Think of it like this. Have you ever tried to remember to name a name? Or in fact, and the harder you try, the more elusive it became. And then when you relaxed and let it go, it suddenly popped into your mind. This is the same principle at work in the manifestation of your desires. When you relax and let go, you allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work on your behalf. You open yourself to inspiration, to synchronicities, to opportunities that you could never have planned or forced into being. So how do we put this into practice? How do we relax and let go while still maintaining the assumption of our desire fulfilled? The answer lies in your imagination. Every night, as you drift off to sleep, create a scene in your mind that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and as real as you can. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude of having what you want. And then let it go. Release it into the universe, knowing that it is done. During your waking hours, whenever thoughts of lack or doubt creep in, gently redirect your attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Don't fight the negative thoughts. That only gives them more power. Instead, relax and shift your focus to the reality you wish to experience. Remember, my friends, relaxation is not passivity. It is not giving up or resigning your circumstances. Rather, it is a state of alert receptivity. It is being open to the infinite possibilities that exist in every moment. When you are relaxed, you are in harmony with the creative forces of the universe. You are allowing life to flow through you, rather than trying to force life to conform to your will. And in this state of relaxed allowance, miracles can happen. Let me share with you a story that illustrates this principle. There was once a man who desperately wanted a promotion at work. He had been passed over several times, and with each rejection, his desire grew more intense, more desperate. He would lie awake at night, strategizing and worrying, trying to figure out how to make it happen. One day, he came across the principle we're discussing tonight. He decided to try it. Instead of striving and pushing, he relaxed. He imagined himself already in the new position, feeling the satisfaction and confidence it brought. He let go of his anxiety and his need to control the outcome. To his amazement, within weeks, he was called into his boss's office. Not only was he offered the prince seeking, but he was offered an even better position, one that hadn't even existed before. The company had created a new role that perfectly matched his skills and passions. This is the power of relaxing and letting go. When you release your grip on how things should unfold, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your current imagination. Now I want to address a common misconception. Some people here relax and let go and think it means sitting back and doing nothing, waiting for their desires to magically appear. This is not what I'm advocating. Relaxation does not mean inaction, it means inspired action. When you are relaxed and aligned with your desire, you will be moved to take action. but it will not feel like effort or struggle. It will feel natural, joyful, even effortless. Think of a master musician playing their instrument. They are relaxed, in a state of flow, yet fingers move with precision and skill. They are not forcing the music, they are allowing it to flow through to them. This is how you want to approach the creation of your desires. Be relaxed, be in flow, and allow inspired action to move through you. Trust that the right actions will become clear to you at the right time. Another aspect of relaxing and letting go is releasing attachment to the outcome. This can be challenging, especially when we want something very badly. But attachment creates tension, and tension blocks the flow of the good. Instead of being attached to a specific outcome, be open to the possibility that something even better than what you've imagined could come to you. Trust in the wisdom of the universe to bring you what is truly best for you. This doesn't mean giving up on your desires. It means holding them lightly with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. It means being willing to be surprised and delighted by how your desires manifest. Remember, my friends, the universe is infinitely abundant. There is no lack, no limitation, except in our own minds. When we relax and let go of our limiting beliefs, we open ourselves to this abundance. Now let's delve deeper into the idea that it is already yours. This is a powerful concept that, when fully grasped, can transform your entire approach to the manifestation. In the physical world, we are accustomed to a linear progression of events. We want something, we work towards it, and eventually we achieve it. But in the realm of consciousness, which is the true source of all creation, time does not exist in the same way. In consciousness, all possibilities exist simultaneously. The version of you who has already achieved your desire exists now, just as surely as the version of you sitting here listening to these words. Your task is not to create your desire, it already exists. Your task is to align your consciousness with the version of reality where your desire is fulfilled. This is why I often say, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you do this, you are tuning your consciousness to the frequency of your desire. You are stepping into the reality where it is already yours. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a radio with infinite stations. Each station represents a different version of reality. Right now, you might be tuned to the station where your desire is still unfulfilled. But by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are turning the dial to the station where your desire is already a fact. The physical world may take some time to catch up with this new frequency. But make no mistake, the moment you truly assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it is done. The rest is just the playing out of events in the physical world. This is why it's so crucial to relax and let go. When you know that it's already yours, there's no need to strain or struggle. There's no need to manipulate external circumstances. Your only job is to maintain the consciousness of your transit field and allow the external world to reshape itself around your assumption. Let's explore this further with a practical example. Suppose you desire a loving, fulfilling relationship. Instead of focusing on the lack of this relationship in your current experience, you would assume the feeling of already being in this perfect relationship. How would you feel if you were already in this relationship? Perhaps you'd feel loved, secure, happy, and fulfilled. You'd go through your day with a sense of companionship, even when physically alone. You'd feel appreciated and valued. Your task then is to generate these feelings within yourself now, regardless of your current circumstances. As you do this, you are tuning yourself to the frequency of this relationship. You are stepping into the version of reality where this relationship already exists. This doesn't mean you pretend to be in a relationship when you're not. It means you embody the essence of what that relationship would bring you. You become the person who is already in that loving relationship. And here's the beautiful part. As you do this, you become magnetic to that very experience. The external world must reshape itself to match your inner state. This is the law of assumption at work. But remember, you must relax and let go of how and when this will manifest. Your job is not to make it happen, but to allow it to happen. Trust that the universe will bring this relationship to you in the perfect way and at the perfect time. This principle applies to every desire, whether it's for a new job, improved health, financial abundance, or any other aspiration. Whatever it is you want, it already exists in the realm of infinite possibilities. Your task is to let go of doubt and anxiety and step into the consciousness of already having it. Now, I want to address a question that often arises when discussing these principles. But Neville, what about action? Don't we need to do something to make our desires a reality? The answer is yes, action is often part of the process. But it's inspired action that comes from a place of knowing, not desperate action that comes from a place of lack. When you truly assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will be inspired to take actions that align with your desire. These actions will feel natural and effortless. You won't have to force yourself to do them. You'll be drawn to do them. For instance, if you are assuming the state of being your ideal career, you might find yourself naturally drawn to take a certain course, or to reach out to a particular person, or to apply for a specific job. These actions arise not from a place of lack or need, but from a place of alignment with your desire. The key is to take these inspired actions without attachment to the outcome. You do them because they feel right, not because you're trying to make something happen. This is the balance between action and letting go. Remember that station doesn't mean passivity. It means being in a state of relaxed readiness, open to guidance and inspiration. It means trusting that the right actions will become clear to you at the right time. Now let's address another common concern. But what if I relax and let go and nothing happens? This fear often keeps people stuck in a cycle of forcing and striving. The truth is, something is always happening, even if you can't see it yet. When you relax and let go while maintaining the assumption of your desire fulfilled, you set in motion forces beyond your conscious awareness. Think of planting a seed. Once you plant it and water it, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust in the natural process of growth. You know that beneath the surface, unseen to your eyes, the seed is germinating and roots are forming. This is how manifestation works. When you plant the seed of your desire in your subconscious mind through the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and then relax and let go, you give the truth to germinate. You allow the unseen forces of the universe to work on your behalf. Your desire is making its way to you through channels you may not be aware of. People are being moved, circumstances are being arranged, opportunities are being created, all to bring your desire to fruition. Your job during this time is to maintain your faith. Keep living from the end, feeling the reality of your desire fulfilled. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. Find joy and gratitude in your present circumstances, knowing that they are transforming to match your new assumption. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of living in the present moment. Many people make the mistake of putting their happiness on hold until their desire manifests. They think, I'll be happy when I get that job, or I'll feel content when I find my perfect partner. But this is a trap. Remember, your outer world reflects your inner state. If you're constantly projecting your happiness into the future, you're affirming that happiness is not here and now. And so it will always remain in the future, just out of reach. Instead, choose to be happy now. Choose to feel fulfilled now. This doesn't mean denying your desire for growth or change. It means finding the essence of what you're seeking, be it love, security, fulfillment, creativity, in your present circumstances. When you do this, you align yourself with the frequency of your desire. You become the person who already has what you want. And from this place of present fulfillment, you allow your external reality to shift and change. This is the true meaning of it's already yours. It's not just a future possibility. It's a future reality you can just step into now through the power of your assumption. Let's delve deeper into the art of letting go. For many, this is the most challenging aspect of manifestation. We're so accustomed to trying to control outcomes, to make things happen through sheer force of will. But true power lies in surrender. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your desire. It means releasing your attachment to how and when it will manifest. It means trusting in the perfect unfolding of your good. Think of it like this. When you order something online, you don't spend every moment worrying about how it will get to you. You trust that it's on its way. You go about your life, knowing that at the right time your package will arrive. This is how you want to approach your desires. Once you place your order with the universe by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, let it go. Trust that it's on its way to you. Go about your life, enjoying each moment, knowing that at the perfect time, your desire will manifest. Letting go also means releasing any need to control other people or manipulate circumstances. Remember, the entire universe is within you. The people and circumstances in your life are reflections of your consciousness. As you change your consciousness, they will naturally change to match it. This is incredibly liberating. It means you don't have to try to change anyone else. You don't have to struggle against circumstances. Your only task is to change your own consciousness to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and then relax and allow the outer world to conform to your new assumption. Now, I want to address a common pitfall that many fall into on this journey, the temptation to constantly check for results. This is like digging up a seed every day to see if it's growing. It stems from doubt and impatience, and it can actually hinder the manifestation of your desire. Instead of looking for proof in the external world, turn your attention inward. How do you feel? Are you maintaining the feeling of the wishful ingenzettel? Are you again? This is where your power lies. If you find yourself slipping into old patterns of thought or feeling, don't judge yourself. Simply redirect your attention back to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is a practice, like any practice, it becomes easier and more natural over time. Remember, my friends, you are not bound by your past or by your current circumstances. In any moment, you have the power to choose a new state of consciousness. And as you do, you literally step into a new reality. This is the miracle of your imagination. It is the portal through which you can access any reality you choose. When you imagine and feel yourself into a new state, you are actually experiencing that reality now. And as you persist in that new state, it must externalize in your world. Let me share with you another principle that can be immensely helpful on this journey, the law of reversibility. This law states that just as physical events can cause you to experience certain feelings, those feelings, when generated without the physical event, can cause the physical event to occur. For instance, if you received a large sum of money, you would likely feel a sense of financial security and abundance. But the law of reversibility says that if you generate and maintain those feelings of financial security and abundance without the physical event, you will draw that physical event to you. This is why it's so crucial to focus on the feeling of your wish fulfilled, rather than the specific circumstances you think will bring that feeling. The feeling is the secret. The feeling is what attracts the reality. So I invite you to become aware of the feelings you're cultivating throughout your day. Are they aligned with your desires, or are they reflecting lack and limitation? Remember, you have the power to choose your feelings in any moment. This brings us to another important point, the role of gratitude in manifestation. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can embody. When you're grateful, you're affirming that you already have what you desire. You're living from the end. Make it a practice to find things to be grateful for each day, especially things that align with your desires. If you desire financial abundance, be grateful for every penny you have. If you desire a loving relationship, be grateful for the love you already have in your life, in whatever form it takes. As you cultivate gratitude, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. You open yourself to receive more of what you're grateful for. This is the power of appreciation. Now let's address another aspect of relaxing and letting go, the release of limiting beliefs. Often what stands between us and our desires are the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world. These beliefs might sound like I'm not good enough, money is hard to come by, love always ends in heartbreak, or success requires struggle. These beliefs create tension and resistance, blocking the free flow of our good. The key to releasing these beliefs is not to fight them or try to force them out of your mind. Remember, what you resist persists. Instead, simply choose a new assumption. Every time you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought, gently redirect your attention to its opposite. If you find yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, redirect to, I am more than enough. If you catch the thought, money is hard to come by, shift to, abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly. Don't try to believe the new thought. Simply choose and feel the relief and expansion that comes with it. Over time, as you persist in this practice, the new assumption will become your dominant belief. This is the essence of mental diet. Consciously choosing the thoughts and assumptions you will entertain. Just as you're careful about what you put into your physical body, be mindful of what you feed your mind. Remember, your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts as true whatever you impress upon it with feeling. So feed it the thoughts and feelings that align with your desires. As you do this, you may find that your desires themselves begin to shift and evolve. This is natural and beautiful. As you raise your consciousness, as you release limiting beliefs that align with higher truth, your desires naturally refine themselves. You may find that what you once desperately wanted no longer holds the same appeal. You may discover new desires arising that are more aligned with your true self. Welcome these shifts. They are signs of your growth and evolution. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of self-love in this process. Many people approach manifestation from a place of lack, believing that once they have what they want, then they'll be worthy of love and acceptance. But this gets it backwards. Self-love is not the result of manifesting your desires. It's the foundation upon which all successful manifestation is built. When you truly love and accept yourself as you are, you open yourself to receive all the good that life has to offer. So make self-love a priority. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Celebrate your strengths. Accept your perceived flaws as unique aspects of your beautiful self. As you do this, you raise your vibration and become magnetic to your desires. Remember, you are not separate from your desire. You are one with it. In fact, it's a sign for something is life calling you to express more of who you truly trust. Honor that call. Step into the version of yourself that already has what you desire. Now, to near the end of our time together, I want to remind you of a fundamental truth. You are the operant power in your life. Not your circumstances, not other people, not some external force. You are the author of your story. With every thought, every feeling, every assumption, you are writing the script of your life. And at any moment, you have the power to write a new chapter. So I invite you to step fully into this power. Claim it, own it. Use it consciously and deliberately to create the life you just desire. Remember, relaxing and letting go is not about passivity or resignation. It's about aligning yourself with the creative forces of the universe. It's about allowing your good flow to you without resistance. Don't force it, don't struggle. Don't try to make it happen. Instead, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Alive from that state. And then relax, let go of the universe to bring it to pass in ways that will delight and amaze you. My dear friends, as we conclude this talk, I want you to know that everything you desire is already yours. It exists now in the realm of infinite possibility. Your task is simply to tune your consciousness to its frequency, to step into the version of reality where it's already a fact. Relax into the knowing that it is done. Let go of doubt, anxiety, and anxiety control. Trust in the perfect unfolding of your good. Live each day from the assumption that you are who you want to be, that you have what you desire. As you do this, you will find your world transforming before your very eyes. People, circumstances, events will rearrange themselves to match your new assumption. This is the law, and it never fails. So go with confidence, with faith, with the knowing that the entire universe is conspiring in your favor. Relax, let go, and allow the miracles to unfold in your life. Remember, it's already yours. Now step into that reality and claim it. Thank you, and may your lives be filled with the joy of your desires fulfilled. Have you ever noticed that life feels lighter, more magical when you truly let go? When you stop trying to control everything and just breathe. Today I'm going to share something that changed my life completely, and I know it will change yours too. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. This simple act of being present, of letting go, this is where your power lies. Not in struggling, not in fighting, but in surrendering to the infinite intelligence within you. You see, most people live their entire lives in a state of resistance. They're constantly pushing against what is, fighting what could be, worrying about what might be. But I'm here to tell you something that might shock you. The universe isn't separate from you. It's an extension of your consciousness. Think about how you feel when you're truly happy. In those moments, you're not trying to control anything. You're simply being. This state of being, this natural flow, this is your true power. But most never realize this because they're too busy trying to make things happen. Let me share something profound with you. Every time you worry about the future, every time you stress about how something will work out, you're actually resisting the natural flow of life. You're telling the universe you don't trust it. And what you resist persists. I remember a time when I was constantly trying to control everything in my life. Every detail, every outcome. I was exhausted, frustrated, and nothing seemed to work out the way I wanted. Then I discovered something that changed everything. The power of letting go. You see, letting go isn't about giving up. It's about understanding that there's an intelligence far greater than your conscious mind at work. When you truly grasp this, something magical happens. Life starts working for you instead of against you. Think about when you're falling asleep. You don't try to fall asleep, do you? You relax and allow sleep to come. This same principle applies to everything in life. The more you try to force things, the more they resist. The more you let go and trust, the more naturally things flow. Most people approach life like they're swimming upstream, constantly fighting against the current. But what if I told you that everything you want is actually downstream? What if all you need to do is stop struggling and allow yourself to flow with life instead of against it? The universe operates through perfect law. Just as gravity doesn't sometimes work and sometimes doesn't, it's always working. The law of consciousness is always working too. Your only job is to align yourself with it through the art of letting go. Consider this. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust the process. You know that the seed contains everything it needs to become what it's meant to be. Your desires are exactly the same. Most people don't realize that they're constant checking their anxiety, their need to control. These are the very things preventing their desires from manifesting. It's like constantly digging up the seed to see if it's growing. When you truly understand the art of letting go, you'll notice something remarkable. Things start working out better than you could have planned. It's as if life itself is orchestrating events in your favor. But this can only happen when you get out of your own way. Think about breathing for a moment. You don't control each breath, do you? There's something within you that knows exactly how to breathe, how to digest food, how to make your heart beat. This same intelligence knows exactly how to bring your desires to fruition. I've observed that most people live in a state of constant tension. They're always trying to figure everything out, always trying to make things happen. But life doesn't work that way. Life unfolds naturally when you allow it to. Consider how a flower blooms. It doesn't strain or struggle. It doesn't try to force its petals open. It simply allows the process to unfold naturally. This is exactly how manifestation works, through allowing, not forcing. The secret that most miss is this: your natural state is one of ease and flow. Struggle is learned. Anxiety is learned. Trust and relaxation are your natural state, just as they were when you were a small child. Most never realize that their power lies not in doing, but in being. When you're in the right state of consciousness, life moves you toward your desires automatically. You don't have to figure out how. I think about when you're in a state of complete trust. Notice how everything seems to work out effortlessly. This isn't coincidence. This is the natural result of letting go and allowing the infinite intelligence within you to work on your behalf. Your only job is to maintain the state of the wish fulfilled. Not through effort or strain, but through relaxed awareness. Just as you naturally accept that the sun will rise tomorrow. Accept that what you desire is already yours. I've watched countless people struggle because they think they need to make things happen. But I tell you this, everything you want is already created. Your job is simply to relax into the state where it exists. Consider how easily water flows around obstacles. It doesn't fight them. It doesn't try to break them down. It simply finds another way. This is how you should move through life, with fluid adaptability and trust. Most people approach manifestation like it's a battle to be won. But I tell you this, it's a garden to be tended. Plant your seed, your desire, water it with attention, and then let it grow naturally. Think about when you're deeply relaxed, perhaps just before falling asleep. In those moments, your mind isn't racing to solve problems. You're simply being. This state of relaxed awareness is where your true power lies. Most never understand that their anxiety about outcomes is actually creating resistance to those very outcomes. It's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. Release the brake of worry and watch how naturally things begin to flow. I've witnessed remarkable transformations when people finally grasp this truth, that their only job is to maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not through effort or strain, but through relaxed, natural knowing. Consider how effortlessly your heart beats, how naturally your lungs breathe, how perfectly your body maintains its temperature. This same intelligence knows exactly how to bring your desires into reality. Trust it. The secret that transforms lives is this: your external world must conform to your internal state. But this doesn't happen through force. It happens through surrender, through letting go of the how, and trusting in the perfect law. Think about times when things worked out perfectly without your intervention. Remember that feeling of pleasant surprise? That's what happens when you get out of your own way and allow life to work for you. Most people live in a state of constant mental chatter, always trying to figure everything out. But I tell you this, your intellectual mind is not equipped to orchestrate the infinite details required to manifest your desires. Let go and trust. Consider how naturally a river flows to the ocean. It doesn't stress about the path. It doesn't worry about obstacles. It simply flows, knowing it will reach its destination. This is how you should live, in complete trust of the process. Your power lies in your ability to feel the reality of your desire now, while completely letting go of how it will manifest. The how is not your concern. Your only concern is maintaining the state of having already received. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that letting go isn't giving up. It's surrendering to a higher intelligence that knows far better than their conscious mind how to bring about their desires. Think about when you're truly in the flow of something you love. Time disappears, worry vanishes, and everything seems to happen perfectly. This state of flow is your natural state. The more you trust, the more you experience it. Most never realize that their power lies in their ability to be still. Not a physical stillness, but a mental stillness. When your mind is still, when you're truly at peace with where you are, that's when magic happens. Consider how a seed becomes a tree. It doesn't happen through force or struggle. It happens through a natural unfolding, a perfect sequence of events that the seed doesn't need to control or understand. Think about how naturally you trust that night will turn to day. You don't lie awake wondering if the sun will rise. This same level of natural trust must be applied to everything you desire. It's not blind faith. It's understanding the law. Most people live in a state of constant seeking, always looking for their desire to manifest. But this very state of seeking implies that what you want is absent. The secret is to live as if you already have what you desire. I've watched people struggle for years because they keep trying to control the process. But when they finally let go, when they truly surrender to the perfect law within them, everything begins to shift effortlessly. Consider how easily you accept your own reflection in a mirror. There's no doubt, no questioning. This same level of natural acceptance must be applied to your desired state. Feel it as real as your reflection. The secret that changes everything is this: your consciousness is the only reality. Everything else is an effect, a shadow of your state. But most people spend their lives trying to change the shadow instead of changing the state that cast it. Think about when you're completely absorbed in something you love. You're not trying to make anything happen. You're simply being. This state of pure being, free from anxiety and effort, is where true creation occurs. Most never realize that their power lies in their ability to be still and know. Not intellectual knowing, but a deep, unshakable knowing that transcends logic and external evidence. Consider how naturally water takes the shape of its container. Your consciousness is like water. It takes the shape of whatever state you pour it into. Choose your state wisely, for it will manifest in your world. Your external reality is nothing more than your internal state pushed out. But this doesn't mean you need to force changes. It means you need to relax into the state where what you desire already exists. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that letting go isn't a passive state. It's an active trust in the perfect law. They know that what they desire is already theirs in consciousness. Think about how you feel when you're completely at peace. There's no struggle, no effort, no trying to make things happen. This state of peace is actually your most powerful creative state. Most people approach their desires like they're reaching for something far away. But I tell you this, your desire isn't out there somewhere. It's a state of consciousness that you must occupy now. Consider how naturally you accept that spring follows winter. You don't worry about it. You don't try to make it happen. This same natural acceptance must be applied to the fulfillment of your desires. Think about the feeling of complete certainty you have about simple facts, like knowing your own name. That same level of certainty, that same absence of doubt, must be applied to your desires, not through force, but through understanding. Most people live in constant anticipation, always waiting for their desire to manifest. But this state of waiting keeps pushing the manifestation into an endless future. The secret is to live as if it's already done. I've witnessed the most remarkable transformations when people finally grasp that their power lies not in doing, but in being. When they stop trying to make things happen and start allowing things to unfold naturally. Consider how effortlessly you fall asleep when you're truly tired. You don't force it, you allow it. This same principle applies to manifestation. The more you try to force it, the more it eludes you. The more you allow, the more naturally it comes. The secret that most miss is this: your imagination isn't showing you possibilities. It's showing you realities that already exist in consciousness. Your job is simply to occupy the state where your desire exists. Think about how you feel when you remember something that actually happened. There's a certain solidity to it, a realness. Your desired state must feel just as solid, just as real, just as unquestionable. Most never realize that their power lies in their ability to feel the reality of their desire more intensely than they feel current circumstances. When you master this, manifestation becomes automatic. Consider how naturally you accept the changing of seasons. You don't resist it, you don't doubt it. This same natural acceptance must be applied to the unfolding of your desires. Your consciousness is like a signal you're constantly broadcasting to the universe. The clearer the signal, meaning the more stable your state, the faster the manifestation. But clarity comes through relaxation, not effort. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that circumstances don't create state. State creates circumstances. They lie from the end, feeling it real now. Think about how you feel when you're absolutely certain about something. You don't try to make it true, you know it's true. This is the feeling state that manifests instantly. Most people approach manifestation like it's something they need to figure out. But I tell you this, it's already figured out. Your only job is to occupy the state where what you desire already exists. Consider how naturally you accept your own existence. You don't question it, you don't doubt it. This same level of unquestionable acceptance must be applied to your desired state. Think about how easily you accept that your reflection in a mirror is yours. There's no doubt, no questioning. This same natural acceptance must be applied to your desires. They are as much yours as your reflection. Most people live in a state of constant comparison, always measuring where they are against where they want to be. But this very act of comparison keeps them stuck in the state of wanting. The secret is to live from the state of having. I've watched countless individuals transform their entire lives when they finally understood that their power isn't in changing thinking. Consider how naturally you accept that when you drop something, it will fall. You don't doubt gravity. This same unwavering acceptance must be applied to the law of consciousness. It's just as reliable as gravity. The secret that changes everything is this: your external world has no choice but to reflect your inner state. It's not personal, it's law. Just as a mirror must reflect what stands before it, your world must reflect your consciousness. Think about how you feel when you're completely immersed in doing something you love. Time disappears, worry vanishes, and you're simply being. This pure state of being is where true creative power lies. Most never realize that every moment of discomfort is actually a call to shift states. When you feel dissatisfied, it's not the circumstance that needs to change. It's your state of consciousness. Consider how naturally you accept that tomorrow will come. You don't worry about it. You don't try to make it happen. This same natural confidence must be applied to the unfolding of your desires. Your power to create isn't something you need to acquire. It's something you're using every moment. The question is, are you using it consciously or unconsciously? I have observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that their state of consciousness is like a frequency they're broadcasting. The clearer and more consistent the frequency, the faster the manifestation. Think about how you feel when you remember something that actually happened. There's a certainty to it, an unquestionable reality. Your desired state must feel just as certain, just as real. Most people spend their lives trying to manifest from a state of wanting, not realizing that wanting can only create more wanting. The secret is to manifest from a state of having. Consider how naturally you accept the air you breathe. You don't doubt its presence. You don't worry about its availability. This same natural acceptance must be applied to your desires. Think about how effortlessly water finds its level. It doesn't struggle, it doesn't force, it simply flows. Your manifestation should come just as naturally, just as effortlessly when you're in the right state. Most people live in a constant state of mental warfare, fighting against their current reality while trying to create a new one. But this very fight creates resistance. The secret is to relax into your desired state as naturally as you relax into sleep. I've witnessed remarkable transformations when people finally grasp that their only task is to maintain the feeling of their desire fulfilled, not through strain or effort, but through natural, relaxed awareness. Consider how easily you differentiate between hot and cold. You don't think about it, you just know. This same level of immediate, unquestioning knowing must be applied to your desired state. The secret that most never realize is this: your imagination isn't showing you fantasies, it's showing you realities that already exist in consciousness. When you truly grasp this, manifestation becomes instantaneous. Think about how naturally you accept that your heart will keep beating. You don't worry about it, you don't try to control it. This same level of natural trust must be applied to the manifestation of your desires. Most never understand that their power lies not in what they do, but in the state from which they do it. The same action taken from different states produces entirely different results. Consider how easily you recognize your own voice. There's no doubt, no questioning. Your desired state must feel just as familiar, just as undeniably yours. Your external world is nothing but your internal state made visible. But this doesn't mean you need to fight against current circumstances. Simply occupy the state where what you desire already exists. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that circumstances are shadows. And you can't fight a shadow. You can only change the object casting it, your state of consciousness. Think about how naturally you accept the ground beneath your feet. You don't question whether it will support you. This same unquestioning trust must be applied to the law of consciousness. Most people approach manifestation like it's a battle to be won. But I tell you this, it's a state to be occupied. When you occupy the right state, everything else adjusts automatically. Consider how easily you know whether you're happy or sad. You don't need to think about it. You just know. This same immediate knowing must be applied to your desired state. Think about how naturally you accept that after every night comes day. This isn't hope or wishful thinking, it's knowing. Your desired state must feel just as certain, just as inevitable. Most people live in constant mental turmoil, always torn between what is and what could be. But this very division keeps them stuck. The secret is to be single-minded in your consciousness of the desired state. I've watched countless lives transform when people finally understand that their power lies not in changing things on the outside, but in changing the state from which they view everything. Consider how easily you know your own name. There's no doubt, no questioning, no need for evidence. Your desired state must feel just as natural, just as undeniably yours. The secret that changes everything is this. Your consciousness is like a radio signal you're constantly broadcasting. The universe has no choice but to respond to your frequency. But most people keep changing stations. Think about how naturally you accept that spring follows winter. You don't worry about it. You don't try to make it happen. This same natural acceptance must be applied to the unfolding of your desires. Most never realize that their power lies in their ability to be still. Not physical stillness, but mental stillness. When your mind is truly still, truly at peace with your desired state, that's when magic happens. Consider how effortlessly you recognize your own reflection. You don't need to convince yourself it's you. You just know. This same level of natural recognition must be applied to your desired state. Your external reality is nothing but your internal state projected outward. But this projection isn't something you need to force. It happens automatically when you maintain the right state. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that their job isn't to make things happen, but to occupy the state where things have already happened. Think about how naturally you accept that water is wet. You don't question it, you don't doubt it. This same unquestioning acceptance must be applied to your desired state. Most people spend their lives trying to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. But I tell you this, there is no gap except in consciousness. Consider how easily you know whether you're awake or asleep. This knowing isn't something you achieve, it's something you experience. Your desired state must be experienced just as naturally. Think about how naturally you accept that your eyes see color. You don't question it, you don't try to make it happen. This same natural acceptance must be applied to your manifestations. Most people live in a state of constant seeking, always looking outside themselves for evidence of their desires. But this very act of seeking implies absence. The secret is to live from the state of fulfillment. I've witnessed the most profound transformations when people finally grasp that their only responsibility is to maintain the feeling tone of their desire fulfilled, not through force, but through relaxed awareness. Consider how effortlessly you know whether you're hungry or full. There's no debate, no questioning. Your desired state must feel just as undeniable, just as real to your consciousness. The secret that most miss is this. Your imagination isn't simply showing you possibilities. It's showing you realities that already exist in consciousness. Your job is to occupy these realities through feeling. Think about how naturally you accept that ice is cold. You don't need proof, you don't question it. This same level of natural knowing must be applied to your desired state. Most never understand that their power lies not in what they do, but in the state from which they do it. The same action taken from different states produces entirely different results. Consider how easily you recognize your favorite song. The moment you hear it, you know it. Your desired state must be just as instantly recognizable to your consciousness. Your consciousness is like the soil in which all seeds of possibility grow. But most people keep digging up their seeds to check if they're growing, not realizing that this very act prevents growth. I've observed that those who manifest most easily are those who understand that circumstances don't create consciousness. Consciousness creates circumstances. Think about how naturally you accept that fire is hot. There's no doubt, no need for proof. Your desired state must feel just as undeniably real. Most people approach manifestation like it's something they need to achieve. But I tell you this is something you need to allow. It's already done in consciousness. Consider how effortlessly you know whether you're comfortable or uncomfortable. This immediate knowing must be applied to your desired state. It's not something you figure out, it's something you feel.
We live in a world where the hustle and bustle of daily life often convinces us that effort, struggle, and striving are the keys to success. We are told that only through hard work and relentless pursuit can we achieve our desires. But what if I told you that the key to manifesting your deepest desires lies not in struggle, but in a state of effortless relaxation? To manifest anything you desire, the first step is to relax your mind and body. This is not just physical relaxation, but a deep inner stillness, a release of tension that allows your consciousness to become a fertile ground for your desires. It is in this state of relaxation that your mind becomes like a calm, clear pool of water, reflecting back to you the images of your true desires. When you relax, you align yourself with the natural flow of the universe. The universe is a field of infinite possibilities, and it is always responding to the energy you emit. When you are tense, anxious, or worried, you are sending out vibrations of resistance. But when you relax, you open the door for the universe to deliver exactly what you desire. Think of it this way: your desires are like seeds. To grow, these seeds need to be planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. But if your mind is cluttered with worry, fear, or doubt, it's like trying to plant seeds in rocky, barren soil. They cannot take root. But when you relax, you allow your mind to become rich, fertile ground, ready to nurture and bring forth the desires you have planted. One of the most powerful ways to achieve this state of relaxation is through imagination. In your mind's eye, see yourself already in possession of what you desire. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the peace that comes with having it. Imagine every detail vividly, as if it were happening right now. This act of imagining is not daydreaming. This is the creative power of the universe working through you. As you imagine, feel a deep sense of relaxation. Release any tension, any resistance, any doubt. Know that what you imagine with full belief and relaxation will manifest in your reality. The universe does not respond to effort, it responds to the feeling of already having what you desire. And when you relax, you are telling the universe that you trust it to bring your desires into being. But remember, relaxation does not mean passivity. It is an active, intentional state of being. It requires you to be present, to let go of the past and the future, and to dwell fully in the now. In this state, you are not forcing things to happen, you are allowing them to unfold naturally. So as you go about your day, remind yourself to relax. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Trust that the universe is working in your favor. Trust that your desires are already on their way to you. And most importantly, trust in your own power to create the life you desire. In this state of relaxed trust, you will find that things begin to fall into place effortlessly. Opportunities will arise, people will appear, and circumstances will shift in your favor. This is the magic of manifestation, a process that is as natural as breathing, as effortless as being. So relax, my friends, relax and watch as the universe responds to your calm, confident energy. Relax and see how easily you can manifest anything you desire. In our fast-paced world, the idea of relaxation as a pathway to manifesting desires might seem counterintuitive. We are often taught that achieving anything significant requires effort, perseverance, and constant action. And yet there is a deeper, more profound truth that relaxation is not just beneficial, but essential to the manifestation process. It is in the state of relaxation that you open yourself to the boundless potential of the universe, allowing your desires to flow into your reality effortlessly. When we talk about relaxation in this context, we are not merely referring to the physical act of resting or unwinding after a long day. Instead, it is about reaching a state of inner calm and mental stillness, where your mind is free from the clutter of anxiety, doubt, and resistance. This deeper level of relaxation is where true manifestation begins. It is where you tap into the creative power within you and align yourself with the natural flow of the universe. To understand why relaxation is so crucial, consider the state of your mind and body when you are tense or stressed. In moments of stress, your body is in a state of fight or flight, ready to respond to perceived threats. Your mind becomes preoccupied with worries and fears, creating a mental environment that is chaotic and unfocused. In such a state, your energy is scattered and your ability to concentrate on your desires is diminished. The vibrations you emit are those of fear, anxiety, and lack frequencies that are far from conducive to manifesting your desires. On the other hand, when you enter a state of relaxation, your body and mind shift into a mode of rest and recovery. Your breathing slows down, your muscles loosen, and your heart rate stabilizes. More importantly, your mind becomes clear and your thoughts become more focused and intentional. This state of inner peace and calm is where your true power lies. It is in this relaxed state that you can begin to plant the seeds of your desires in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like a garden where the seeds of your thoughts and beliefs are sown. Whatever you plant in this garden, whether it be thoughts of abundance, love, success, or peace, will eventually grow and manifest in your reality. But just as in a physical garden, the soil must be prepared for these seeds to take root and flourish. If the soil is dry, rocky, or filled with weeds, the seeds will struggle to grow. Similarly, if your mind is filled with negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, your desires will struggle to manifest. Relaxation is the process of preparing the soil of your subconscious mind. When you relax, you clear away the mental clutter, allowing your mind to become a rich, fertile ground where your desires can grow. In this state, you are no longer focused on the obstacles or difficulties in your path. Instead, you are centered in the present moment, fully aware of your desires and the feelings associated with them. You begin to visualize your desires with clarity and precision, experiencing the emotions of having already achieved them. This brings us to the concept of alignment with the universe's natural flow. The universe operates on the principles of energy and vibration. Everything in the universe is in a constant state of motion, vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are also forms of energy that vibrate at certain frequencies. The law of attraction, which states that like attracts like, operates on this principle of vibration. Whatever frequency you are vibrating at, you will attract experiences, people, and circumstances that match that frequency. When you are tense, stressed, or anxious, your vibration is low, and you attract experiences that are aligned with those negative emotions. You may find yourself facing more obstacles, challenges, and setbacks because your energy is not in harmony with the desires you wish to manifest. However, when you relax, you naturally raise your vibration. Relaxation puts you in a state of ease and flow, where your energy aligns with the higher frequencies of abundance, love, and joy. In this relaxed state, you become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. The universe responds to the energy you emit, and when that energy is one of calm, confidence, and trust, it delivers exactly what you desire. This is why relaxation is so powerful. It allows you to get out of your own way and let the universe work its magic. Alignment with the universe's natural flow is about more than just raising your vibration. It is about trusting in the process of life itself. When you relax, you surrender the need to control every aspect of your reality. You let go of the obsessive need to force things to happen, and instead, you allow things to unfold naturally. This does not mean that you sit back and do nothing, rather. It means that you take inspired action from a place of inner peace and certainty. When you are aligned with the universe's natural flow, you understand that everything is happening in perfect timing. You trust that the universe knows the best way to bring your desires into reality, and you are open to receiving them in ways that you may not have anticipated. This trust in the process is what allows you to relax even further, knowing that your desires are already on their way to you. In this state of relaxed alignment, you also become more aware of the signs and synchronicities that the universe sends your way. These signs are gentle nudges guiding you toward the realization of your desires. When you are relaxed and in tune with the universe, you are more likely to notice these signs and act on them. You begin to see how everything is connected and how each step you take is leading you closer to your goals. Moreover, relaxation allows you to access your intuition, which is your inner guidance system. Your intuition speaks to you in moments of calm and clarity, offering insights and solutions that your rational mind may not have considered. When you are relaxed, you can hear this inner voice more clearly, and you can trust it to guide you in the right direction. The beauty of aligning with the universe's natural flow through relaxation is that it takes the pressure off. You no longer feel the need to force or struggle to achieve your desires. Instead, you move through life with a sense of ease and grace, knowing that everything you need is already within you. You trust that the universe is working in your favor, and you relax into the process, allowing your desires to manifest effortlessly. Relaxation is not just a luxury or an indulgence, it is a powerful tool for manifesting your desires. By relaxing your mind and body, you prepare the fertile ground of your subconscious mind, allowing your desires to take root and grow. Through relaxation, you align yourself with the natural flow of the universe, raising your vibration and attracting the experiences and opportunities that match your desires. You trust in the process of life, knowing that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. And as you relax, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer, allowing your desires to manifest with ease and grace. Imagination is one of the most powerful tools we possess when it comes to manifesting our desires. It is through the power of imagination that we can create the life we envision, bringing our deepest desires into reality. The beauty of imagination lies in its ability to transcend the limitations of the physical world. When you harness the power of your imagination, you can see beyond what currently exists and tap into the infinite potential of what could be. This process is not just about daydreaming, it is an intentional act of creation that sets the wheels of manifestation in motion. Imagination allows you to experience your desires as though they have already come to pass. When you vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, your mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It responds to the images and emotions you create as if they are happening right now. This is the essence of manifestation, feeling as though your desires are already yours. To effectively use imagination in the manifestation process, it is essential to engage all your senses. When you imagine, do not just see the images in your mind's eye, feel the emotions associated with them. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, and experience the textures as if you were truly there. The more vivid and detailed your imagination, the more powerful the impact on your subconscious mind. For example, if you desire a new home, do not just visualize the exterior of the house. Walk through the rooms in your mind. Feel the warmth of the sunlight streaming through the windows. Hear the sound of your footsteps on the floor, and sense the comfort of the furniture as you sit down. Imagine the joy and peace you feel living in this space. The more real it feels to you, the more you are impressing these images upon your subconscious mind. Imagination is not just a passive act of envisioning, it is a dynamic and creative process. As you imagine, you are literally shaping your reality. Every image, thought, and feeling you create in your mind is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. These seeds, when nurtured with belief and intention, will grow and manifest in your physical reality. The key to successful manifestation through imagination is consistency and belief. It is not enough to imagine your desires once and then forget about them. You must continually feed your mind with these images, reinforcing the belief that they are already yours. The more you do this, the stronger the impression on your subconscious mind, and the more likely it is to manifest in your life. However, the act of imagination is not just about visualizing the end result. It also involves embodying the feelings and emotions of already having what you desire. When you truly feel as though your desires are already fulfilled, you align yourself with the frequency of those desires. This alignment is what attracts your desires to you, bringing them into your reality with ease and grace. The next step in the manifestation process is understanding the importance of the subconscious mind as the fertile ground for your desires. The subconscious mind is the part of your consciousness that operates below the surface of your awareness. It is where your beliefs, habits, and deeply ingrained patterns reside. Unlike the conscious mind, which is logical and analytical, the subconscious mind is intuitive, emotional, and receptive. It does not question or analyze, it simply accepts and acts upon whatever is impressed upon it. This is why the subconscious mind is so powerful in the manifestation process. Whatever you consistently impress upon your subconscious mind, it will seek to bring into your reality. The subconscious mind is like a powerful engine running behind the scenes, driving your thoughts, actions, and ultimately your life experiences. The challenge is that the subconscious mind is often filled with limiting beliefs and negative patterns that have been ingrained over years, even decades. These beliefs may be so deeply rooted that you are not consciously aware of them, yet they are influencing every aspect of your life. If your subconscious mind is filled with thoughts of lack, unworthiness, or fear, it will continue to manifest these experiences in your reality, no matter how much you consciously desire something different. This is where the power of imagination comes into play. When you consciously use your imagination to create positive, empowering images and feelings, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind. You are replacing the old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones that align with your desires. However, for this reprogramming to be effective, the subconscious mind must be in a receptive state. This is why relaxation is so important, as discussed earlier. When you are relaxed, your subconscious mind is more open and receptive to the images and suggestions you are impressing upon it. It is in this relaxed state that you can effectively plant the seeds of your desires. Think of the subconscious mind as a garden. The thoughts, beliefs, and images you create through your imagination are the seeds you plant in this garden. Just as in a physical garden, the quality of the soil determines the growth of the seeds. If the soil is rich, fertile, and well prepared, the seeds will take root and flourish. But if the soil is dry, rocky, or filled with weeds, the seeds will struggle to grow. In this metaphor, the quality of the soil represents the state of your subconscious mind. If your mind is filled with negative beliefs and fears, it is like trying to plant seeds in poor soil. Your desires will struggle to manifest because they are competing with the deeply rooted weeds of limiting beliefs. However, when you relax and enter a state of inner calm, you prepare the soil of your subconscious mind. You clear away the mental clutter and create a rich, fertile environment where your desires can take root and grow. Once the seeds of your desires are planted in the subconscious mind, they begin to grow and manifest in your reality. This process may not happen overnight, just as seeds in a physical garden do not sprout immediately. But with patience, consistency, and belief, you will begin to see the fruits of your imagination take shape in your life. It is important to nurture these seeds with positive thoughts, emotions, and actions. Just as a gardener tends to their garden, you must tend to your desires by continually reinforcing them with belief and intention. This means regularly using your imagination to visualize your desires, feeling the emotions associated with them, and taking inspired action in alignment with them. Remember that the subconscious mind does not operate on logic or reason. It responds to emotion and repetition. This is why it is so important to immerse yourself in the feelings of already having what you desire. When you consistently feel as though your desires are already fulfilled, you impress these feelings upon your subconscious mind, which in turn works to bring them into your reality. Imagination is a powerful tool in the manifestation process. It allows you to create vivid, detailed images of your desires and to experience them as though they are already yours. By consistently using your imagination, you impress these images upon your subconscious mind, planting the seeds of your desires in fertile soil. The subconscious mind, when in a receptive state, acts upon these images, working behind the scenes to manifest them in your reality. By nurturing these seeds with positive thoughts, emotions, and actions, you can bring your desires to fruition, creating the life you envision with ease and grace. Trusting in the process of relaxation is a crucial aspect of manifesting your desires. It might seem counterintuitive in a world that glorifies hustle and constant activity, but trust is what allows the manifestation process to unfold naturally and effortlessly. To truly understand the power of trust, we must first explore what it means to relax into the process of life, and how this state of relaxation plays a vital role in bringing your desires to fruition. When we talk about relaxation in the context of manifestation, we are not merely referring to a physical state of rest or a break from the business of life. Rather, it is a profound mental and emotional state of ease, a letting go of resistance, and an embracing of the present moment. This kind of relaxation is deeply intertwined with trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and trust in the timing of your life. One of the greatest challenges people face in the manifestation process is the need for control. We often feel that we must manage every detail, orchestrate every event, and push things into place to achieve our desires. This need for control comes from a place of fear that if we do not take charge, things will not work out as we hope. However, this very need for control can create resistance, blocking the natural flow of energy that allows manifestation to occur. When you trust in the process, you release this need for control. You understand that there is a greater intelligence at work, one that is infinitely wiser and more capable than your conscious mind. But trusting in the process means recognizing that the universe is always working in your favor, even if you cannot see it in the moment. It means believing that your desires are already on their way to you, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This trust is not a passive resignation or a giving up on your desires. Instead, it is an active, confident assurance that allows you to relax into the process. When you trust, you are no longer gripped by anxiety or doubt. You do not feel the need to force or rush things. Instead, you align yourself with the flow of life, moving with it rather than against it. This alignment is a state of relaxed trust, where you allow the universe to work its magic. Trusting in the process also involves embracing uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the path to your desires may not always be straightforward. There may be twists and turns, delays and detours. But when you trust in the process, you understand that these are not obstacles but opportunities for growth and refinement. Every experience, whether it seems positive or negative, is part of the larger picture, contributing to the realization of your desires. In this state of trust, you are more open to the possibilities that life presents to you. You are willing to let go of rigid expectations and allow your desires to manifest in ways that you may not have anticipated. The universe often delivers what we desire in forms that are even better than what we imagined, but this requires a willingness to trust in the unknown, to let go of the how and when, and to focus on the what and why. When you trust in the process, you also cultivate patience. Manifestation is not always instant. It requires time for the seeds you have planted in your subconscious mind to grow and bear fruit. Trusting the process means understanding that there is a divine timing at play, and that your desires will manifest when the time is right. This patience is a form of active faith, where you continue to hold your desires in your heart with the knowledge that they are on their way. This brings us to the concept of effortless manifestation through relaxed trust. When you trust in the process and relax into it, you create the perfect environment for your desires to manifest with ease. Effortless manifestation is not about doing nothing, but about doing everything from a place of ease and flow. It is about taking inspired action rather than forcing outcomes, about being in tune with your intuition and the natural rhythms of life. Effortless manifestation occurs when you are in a state of relaxed alignment with your desires. This means that you are not pushing against the current of life, but rather you are flowing with it. You are guided by your inner knowing, making decisions and taking actions that feel right in the moment, without stress or strain. In this state, you are not working hard to make things happen. Instead, you are allowing them to unfold naturally. One of the key aspects of effortless manifestation is understanding the role of inspired action. Inspired action is different from forced action. It comes from a place of inner guidance, from a deep sense of knowing what the next step is. When you are in a state of relaxed trust, you are more attuned to your intuition, which often presents itself as a subtle nudge, a sudden idea, or a feeling of certainty about a particular course of action. Taking inspired action does not feel like hard work. It feels natural and fulfilling. It is as if the universe is guiding you, placing opportunities in your path, and providing you with the resources you need at the right time. In this state of effortless manifestation, you may find that things seem to happen with remarkable ease, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. This is because it is the universe response to the energy you emit, and when that energy is one of relaxed trust and confidence, it aligns with the frequencies of your desires. Effortless manifestation also involves the art of allowing. Allowing means being open to receive what you have asked for, without resistance or doubt. It means trusting that you are worthy of your desires, and that the universe wants to give them to you. Allowing is about letting go of the struggle, the need to make things happen, and simply being in a state of receptivity. When you allow, you create space for your desires to enter your life. It is important to note that effortless manifestation does not mean you will not face challenges or setbacks. These are a natural part of the process and serve to help you grow and refine your desires. However, when you are in a state of relaxed trust, you handle these challenges with grace. You do not let them derail you or cause you to doubt your path. Instead, you see them as opportunities to strengthen your trust and deepen your alignment with your desires. Trusting in the process of relaxation is essential for manifesting your desires. When you trust, you let go of the need for control and embrace the natural flow of life. This trust allows you to relax into the process, creating the perfect environment for your desires to manifest with ease. Effortless manifestation occurs when you are in a state of relaxed alignment, taking inspired action from a place of inner guidance, and allowing the universe to deliver your desires in its perfect timing. By cultivating trust and relaxing into the process, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer, and you manifest your desires with grace and ease. In conclusion, the journey of manifesting your desires is not one of struggle, force, or constant striving. It is a journey of deep relaxation, trust, and alignment with the natural flow of the universe. By embracing the power of your imagination, you create vivid, living visions of the life you wish to experience, impressing these desires upon the fertile ground of your subconscious mind. As you trust in the process, letting go of the need to control every detail, you allow the universe to work its magic, bringing your desires to fruition in ways that often exceed your expectations. Effortless manifestation is not about doing nothing, but about doing everything from a place of ease, flow, and inspired action. It is about understanding that when you are relaxed and aligned, the universe responds to your energy with grace, delivering exactly what you need when you need it. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, and know that your desires are already on their way to you. As you move forward, remember to relax, trust, and allow. In this state, you will find that life becomes a joyful dance of creation, where your desires manifest with ease and your dreams unfold naturally. This is the true power of relaxed manifestation, where the journey itself becomes as fulfilling as the destination.